Hey everybody, today is July 22nd, 2022. I'm Gene.
And I'm Zane.
And welcome to Hanging with Uncle.
How's it going, man?
Man, it's been another one of them weeks.
Yeah, it's been a long one.
You know, so I was supposed to have a procedure done on Thursday. And the doctor ordered it, but the insurance company denied it. So the insurance company basically is playing doctor. I was denied the procedure to see what the hell's wrong with my side. And so now don't know what I'm going to do.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that, man. That really sucks. Like, I just want you to get better.
Yeah.
That's the deal. Like, that's really rough. But, it's just... Doctors suck.
But again, it's the insurance company. See, here's the thing, man.
Okay, that makes more.
So when we talk about fixing healthcare in the United States, and you always hear people throw the word insurance out there. Well, we'll make sure you have good insurance. When in reality, insurance is not the answer. Number one, we have hundreds of thousands of Americans that file bankruptcy every year over medical bills, even though they have insurance.
Dang, that's a lot.
So insurance is not the answer. So insurance, I'm pissed off right now. An insurance company can kiss my ass for denying what the doctor ordered.
Mm-hmm. Like, if the doctor ordered it, it should be, like, something you need,
You
right?
would think.
Yeah.
You know, it makes sense to the layman.
Like, they say you need insurance, so it should give you the things you need. Instead of denying you, that's a weird thing. Like,
That's because insurance is for profit. It's not about health care. It's for profit.
Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, just going to the doctor really shouldn't be all that expensive. It really shouldn't require you to pay a certain amount, X here, to make it feasible for you to go to the doctor. Like, you shouldn't have to go to the doctor to still pay a good rate. Like, there are even some insurance companies that require you to have, like, X amount paid, visited for the doctor, but to get their rates or whatever. I think that's just, I don't know, that's kind of ridiculous. Like, why would you want to go to the doctor? That's literally what it is. Like, go to the doctor, and then you get to pay cheaper.
We're laughed at by other countries around the world. The poorest countries in the world, Cuba, Mexico, have better health care than we do here in the United States. Their people are taken care of way better than we are here in the United States.
Like I've been saying earlier, man, I've been caring less. Like, it's... I don't know. I just feel like it doesn't focus on us. It focuses on
them.
Exactly.
We are the product.
We don't understand that police officers are supposed to work for us. The government is supposed to work for us. Like, our money goes towards them for them to work for us, and yet we are dying. Yet we don't get 100% of the effort. We don't get everything that you need to survive. Like, you don't get to go to the doctor for everything. I've had friends who are sitting there like, yeah, my back hurts, but X this and that, I have to wait until X amount of time to go, and then by then their spine's messed up.
Yeah.
Like, how does that? Go see the doctor now. Go get fixed now. Like,
it's because we don't address the issue of health care. Yeah.
Like, I don't know, this... Things are so backwards.
Anyway, so that's been my week, man. You're the one with the new living arrangements, man.
Actually,
how's that going?
It's been going great. I love it, honestly. I really love, like, honestly, just, we were talking about it yesterday. It's just, it's a natural feeling, but it still is, it's mysterious in a way. Because, like, we're still trying to figure out our everyday quirks, the things that we need. Also, we're trying to figure that out. So we're still rushing to the store, buying things that we need. Like, we haven't gotten to the settled portion yet. So we're still kind of like, we're unboxing. We're still trying. We haven't like settled. So like, as soon as we get to that settled point, where we're like, okay, breathe. We can focus on like family or each other, like what we can do. Like, we haven't done our first rent payment yet, so we're still like, money's still kind of like, okay, we gotta get money together for this and that and get everything settled, because like it's been so exciting but fun. Like, seeing Jackson every morning is so great. Like, he's so happy just to be able to hang out with me. Like, seeing him interact with my dog is so like heartwarming. It really is. Like, she has other people to go and see. Like Britt goes to bed earlier, so Clarity gets to go and lay in bed earlier when she wants to,
Yeah.
instead of waiting for me while I'm gaming at night. Like, so she normally is. So even her life has improved. Like, seeing my family's life improve just by us being together is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, one little moment of improvement, like Jack hit his head the other day, and normally it's, oh baby, are you okay? Like tending and like, oh, I know it hurts, and like sweet. He didn't get that kind of attention. It was me right there, but like, it was more like, you okay? Like, checked his head. He was rubbing it himself. He's like, yeah, I'm fine. Let me look. I'm good. I'm like, okay. And he proceeded, and no tears, nothing. So you can already see just like improvements in just everything. You know, everyone's calm. Brittany's more relaxed at home. Like I feel like as soon as we get to get done with the unclutter and figure out where everything is, we're smooth sailing. Because
I remember when my granddaughter used to come over, or she would run and fall. I would just be the umpire. I'd stand over and go, safe. And she'd be like, "Oh, okay, everything's good."
Like,
and
I'm even, you say granddaughter. My parents, even my sister, texted me the other day. So my sister was texting me, and she was even talking to my parents, and they were talking about Jack as if he was already their grandson, basically. Like, life is kind of like family. It's kind of molded and meshed, and it's working. And I've been just happy about it. Like, he's over at my parents right now. Like, when we're done with the show, I'm going to go, and it's night for me and the girl tonight. Yeah. So, like, life has improved.
Outstanding.
Like, it's nice. I love it. Our place is nice. We're ready to invite you over. When the boxes are gone, we'll invite you over to come see it. But, I'm happy. That's kind of the deal. It's just, I'm happy. I like my bubble where I'm at. I'm loving life. And we're still trying to figure routine, but that's the part of the trick, part of the game, and it's fun. So yeah, definitely.
Nice. That's outstanding, man. I'm glad to hear that.
Thanks, man. I'm honestly I'm really happy about it. So, like, really, like, it's so relaxing. Like, I haven't been. The only thing that stresses me out nowadays is my work, and that's it. And that, honestly, should be how it is, because you should be on your toes for work, because you don't want to fail at work. Like, it's kind of just how it is, honestly.
Right.
So, yeah. Like, I don't want to let my people down at work. I'm trying to do my best. I don't want to let my family down, especially that. So I'm trying my best when I'm at home. It was weird being at home alone today. It was, for the first time, but, I mean, it was cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it was cool.
Nice.
Life's getting good.
Oh, so today is Friday. Don't forget to pay yourself.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And you know what? Stocks are looking great so far. Everything's looking good. Economy might get better, hopefully.
I'm excited. For the first time, the Senate has introduced a marijuana legalization bill. It's official. It's in subcommittee right now, and there's about 4 or 5 steps till it reaches the president's desk.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, it's a necessary thing. It's, again, like I've said, the next cash crop to our country.
You know, it really is. So I know it has to go, and I'm not saying these in order because, but these are just things that, all the hurdles that it has to overcome.
The hurdles, the process,
Right. So it'll have to go to the Finance Committee. It'll have to go to the CBO, which is the Congressional Budget Office. It will have to go to the floor of the Senate to vote on it. We don't know if that's going to involve the filibuster or not. But the money that's going to be made in this, I bet this bill passes.
I mean, it's going to be a lot of money.
Yeah. And then it goes to the House of Representatives, and they pass it, and then it goes to Biden's desk.
And we already know how he feels about it.
We if they put it on his desk, he'll sign it.
Motherfucker better.
Yeah. It was a campaign promise.
Motherfucker better.
Right?
That's my point on it. Motherfucker better.
But, I mean, like I said, it is such a cash crop, and think of how safer it would be, right? You still have armored cars going to dispensaries like they do a bank. Right. Because they're not allowed to bank electronically.
No.
You know what kind of target that makes them?
a big one.
You know, if this gets legalized, the pressure that would be taken off, and they could bank like every other business in the United States.
Right. No, I definitely agree with that. Like, and also just medical reasons too, like medical research, like you say. Like, I've seen videos where kids are literally going through epileptic seizures.
Yeah.
And one drop of the oil, and literally with it, it's not even a sped up video. It's just them chilling, calming out, and then they finally are out of their seizures.
Yeah.
And the tremors are actually receding too.
Yeah.
Like, there's treatments for that. Like, I have a friend, or had a friend, who has tremors, that I used to work with, and she did try to hop into the space, and she said that it did decrease her tremors at nighttime.
Good.
So, I mean it's positive. There's positivity in there.
Yeah.
Like, recreational use, yeah, it's a thing, but only in limited states. Like, it needs to be available for everybody, honestly, because like I said, it's a medical need. And for some people,
it really is. You know, like I said, let it go to research and development. Let the scientists do their thing. Mm-hmm. And if there's a benefit to be had, like we know it does with glaucoma patients, with cancer patients.
And yeah, I know people say there's medical cards. Go get a medical card for it. Do you have to pay fees for that? Like, these families who have these people who are medically fragile are already paying enough to have them see doctors for the things that they're already, like...
So legalize it, and they don't have to worry about getting a card.
Exactly. They don't have to worry about paying those extra fees, extra access, like renewals, all the nonsense for it. They can just have access to it. Like, just like insulin, which is another big thing we need to have, like, looked at. But
so I saw Governor Newsom in California did a thing, or is promoting a thing, where California's producing their own insulin.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And really bring down the cost of insulin.
Yeah, that's amazing. I think that's a great thing.
Yeah.
They should produce from there and sell, honestly.
And Governor Newsom did another really cool thing. They passed a bill in California that exactly models the Texas abortion bill, but it involves guns.
Oh, I read about this one. Yeah, that's really
So now, Supreme Court, what are you going to do?
Exactly. Like, what are you going to do? It's worded the same way, right?
Yeah.
It has to go through.
And tell me that it's not in the public interest with all the mass shootings that are going on with assault weapons.
That's literally, like, public interest number one in anybody's book is safety. Because people are walking on eggshells when they literally go to the grocery store. Like, I promise you, they are. Like, every nowadays people are more focused on their safety and what needs to be adjusted with not only just, like, we say police reform and training and whatnot, because there's literally a video of an officer choking another officer.
Oh my God, I've seen so many officer on officer videos lately.
There needs to be a new sense of safety with our people, because a lot of our people are... Again, like I said, walk on eggshells, and they just go and do everyday things where they shouldn't be worried about these instances. Like, I'm trying not to put it in the air because it's bad karma. You know what I mean? Like, it's just... everyone's worried about their safety these days.
Well, you know, you and I have talked about that, why we don't go certain places anymore.
Right. Like, limited, smaller concerts, possibly. Like, but... That's, again, a possibly. Like, me even second-guessing or thinking that way is not even meant where I was, like, 5-10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, I was at shows almost every year.
Man, I lived my life at concerts.
Mm-hmm. I love concerts.
Man, I've seen so many different acts over the years, starting... My first job, man, I worked at the Forum where the Lakers played, you know?
Yep.
And saw every concert for 2 years that rolled through the Forum, man.
That's crazy.
Saw Led Zeppelin 6 nights in a row, saw Aerosmith, saw so many different bands.
Yeah, and like nowadays, if you were to say, oh, Aerosmith's coming to town to perform, you going?
Saw
yeah, there you go. Like, you even had that second guess look. You're like, because you think about it, like, it's a safety thing for your people. Some people do think this way. A mass of people, not a good zone, not a good place to be. Why? Because there's too much trust there, and they have to trust way too many people in one small space.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's kind of like the mental idea around it. So it's like, I get being that introvert who I am, I guess, and who I am. Like, people are so focused on safety these days. And, like, yeah, you even second guess your thought because of numbers like that.
So
like,
even when I was a security guard at the arenas doing security for, the concerts, because of my size, I would 9 times out of 10 work the stage.
Yeah.
The pit, and you're always looking out for
so
stuff, man. The eyes never stop
yeah.
moving.
You got to be you are a lifeguard at a pool, basically, because anybody could fall over, anybody could get hurt in those situations or scenarios. But like, there's that what if someone gets hit in the nose and then they go 180 and they think differently about it.
Yeah.
There literally is, then people think that way. I don't know. The shootings, the people hating on each other for being the way they want to be. Like, there's so many things people are so concerned about in life these days. It's just like, it's very stressful.
Here in Phoenix, man, how many times do you see tear gas come out at rallies?
That's so crazy.
There was another one that just happened.
Yeah, that was so crazy that's a thing too. Like, they're literally protesting the way they should be, right?
They're doing everything legally and they still get tear gas.
Where were the gas cans at Planned Parenthood? I'm just saying, like, if there's ever a protest around another Planned Parenthood, I'll gas them because you're allowed to, right? Like, no protesting, it's bad. You're doing something terrible. Like,
only if they do it. When you do it,
exactly.
It's an assault.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I won't do that, but it's just. That's the counter argument if you think about it, though. Like, you do drive by those. Back when you were able to drive by the Planned Parenthood and people were picketing it, why weren't they getting tear gas?
Yeah, because you have both sides.
Yeah, they're messing with people's rights there. People are going there to seek help, and you want to just picket and yell and tell them that there's something wrong with them.
I have stood out there and picketed in front of Planned Parenthood before, in support of Planned Parenthood, and looking at all the nut jobs out there telling people they're going to go see the devil. You have no clue what somebody's going in there for. What if they're pregnant? What if they're going into Planned Parenthood for prenatal care to make sure they have a healthy pregnancy? You still going to cuss them out?
Yeah, which is also an option. You go there for care.
You dumb motherfucker.
Right. Like people just... Like, why are you taking away human rights again? Like, that's the thing. Like, people feel they are able to take things away from people, and like,
only Republicans.
I guess
they've done it with Roe. Now they're going at it for same-sex marriage, and it won't stop there.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I've just been so disconnected because family, been focusing on family life instead of like life around outside of the new apartment complex. It's just the stress. The stress is reactivating. It's like again, the stress of just the world is just way too much. Like, ugh.
And man, there's been a lot of shit going on in the world.
That's annoying. Go ahead.
I was going to say, man. Yeah. So, I think it's probably better to start with the latter and then go back to the former and the timeline on this one. Excuse me. Last night was the so-called last hearing, unless new bombshell revelations come out and they hold another hearing. But it was extremely damning. I can best describe it as the hub and the wheel. You have a hub and then you have spokes that go out and attach to the rim of the wheel and make the wheel solid.
Yeah, like the epicenter.
The tangerine terror is the hub.
Yeah, the core.
And nothing happens without his knowledge. He is the mob boss. Every spoke goes from him out to the edge. And last night pretty much not so much tied all those spokes together, but showed what he didn't do during the actual riot. He was notified as soon as he walked off the stage at the Ellipse because the riot had already begun. People at the Ellipse at his rally walked down to the Capitol and further engaged, all at his command. He wanted to go with them. We talked about that last week, and which is a really bad idea. If you don't understand it, leave a comment. But yeah, there's no way he can get out of saying that he didn't orchestrate this. He didn't plan for this to happen. He was the marionette puppet master pulling the strings, making everything go. Certain texts he made at certain time about how Mike Pence let him down, and then you hear the crowd start chanting, "Hang Mike Pence." How close they came to Mike Pence. What the Secret Service said, that his detail, they could hear over the radio. Call my family, tell them I may not be coming home, because they were scared for their lives because of the terrorists, the insurrectionists, what they were in there doing. There was tear gas inside the rotunda, inside the Capitol during this attack. And Trump knew it. He knew they were armed, and he sent them down there anyway. And it wasn't until after the National Guard showed up and started to push the mob back that he went out and made his famous "Go home, we love you, you're special" speech. And there were also
he dismissed them.
Outtakes on that. He couldn't even get that right.
Called them patriots.
Man.
Yeah.
So it's all I can say is, now going back to the former. 2 days ago, Merrick Garland came out with a statement basically that said, I've heard your comments about the Justice Department not being involved. That's because the Justice Department does not do its job in view of the public. This is a very important investigation, the most important one in the history of this country, and we have to get it right. So that listening to that lets me know the Justice Department is investigating, which means the FBI is investigating, and they've already used their powers that Congress doesn't have in search warrants when they jacked up Eastman and Clark and got their phones and electronic devices because they're doing their job.
Yeah.
So, again, I'm glad I don't know what Merrick Garland is doing.
At least not yet, right?
Right. Right. I know it won't involve me, but...
True. No, yeah, the sixth thing we all know is, like, we all know that those people did something illegal. Like, that's literally the idea. It's like, okay, we're figuring out who it is. Yeah, put them in jail. But, like, all those people did something illegal. Like, do not do that. That's not a good thing. And now, of course, with the trial going on, whether good or bad, however it turns out, yay or nay, the infrastructure of that building, of the process and everything is most likely going to change. We are idiots if we keep it the same.
That's one of the responsibilities of the committee, is to recommend legislation to make sure this doesn't happen again. Now, they can recommend it. I hope that means they actually do something about it. But that is one of the tenets of this committee.
That's good. Because, man, we would be dumb to even allow to have something close to like that happen again. Like, that's like if your ship almost sank and like, oh, okay, we'll just blatantly ignore it again. No, you're gonna do whatever you're within your power to keep the ship from sinking again.
Right.
Because you've already almost experienced that. Like,
you're gonna address what happened and what not to happen again.
You would be stupid to do the same thing again. Correct.
Correct.
Yeah. And so it's like,
which, leads me to my second part of this. They should be saved for dumbasses of the week, but people that know what he did, know how bad he was for the country, and still would vote for him again.
Oh, I know, definitely. Like, I even know somebody, my new job, who is a Trumper, but like, I mean, they're gonna be there. It's not like you can't just I can't just ignore her or anything like that, and not talk to her. She's training me.
But leave your politics out of it.
It's more just like, I guess I'm more focused on my job than worried about politics than anything. Like kind of like an everyday citizen, I guess. More worried about that than whatever.
Yeah.
So
I know you, man. I've known you for years. We don't talk politics. We just talk about what's right and wrong.
Life.
And 9 times out of 10, it's Democrats that have been on the side of right.
True. Yeah, even we can go by the team game. Yeah, true. That's definitely been the case. Yeah.
I hate playing the team game, and that's the problem. Is that people are looking at it like it's their team instead of the Constitution,
or the morality behind everything.
Right.
About it. Yeah. It's like, I don't know how you're proud to say that you're a Trumper right now with what's going on with it.
Or a
right?
good moral person.
Exactly. So it's like, again, I don't hop to the conclusions of calling somebody immoral. She's been a nice person as a person. But like, it's that's the case. It's more like people should be taking these approaches of our government on morality in our lives, rather than a game that they can play and what cards they can play.
And use it for power.
Exactly.
Like taking women's reproductive rights away.
Exactly. Exactly. My point. Like, it should be benefiting us, and it's not.
Right? Right?
Nothing.
Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation.
Hell
man.
yeah.
It's time for Dumbass of the Week.
You know what? You go ahead, man. You start it off.
All right, my Dumbass of the Week is right-wing media.
Okay.
Because Sarah Matthews, who was one of the witnesses last night, testified she was a lifelong Republican, that she was working for the Republican Party, met someone in the Trump campaign, went to work for him, supported him for the 4 years he was in the White House. She was the deputy press secretary.
Oh, wow.
And resigned on January the 6th after the tweet went out about Mike Pence and him not having the courage to do the right thing. So right-wing media is now casting her to be someone who works for Nancy Pelosi, calling her one of Pelosi's puppets. When in reality, she still works in D.C. for the Republican Party, doesn't have shit to do with Nancy Pelosi. She testified on behalf of the Constitution, not a political party last night. I'm pretty sure she despises Nancy Pelosi. But that's how they're painting her. And if all you watch is Fox News and don't pay attention to anything else, that's what you're going to believe. And I'm sorry, but I'm not a fan of Sarah Matthews because of the things that she supported during the last 4 years under the direction of the Tangerine Terror. But thank you for standing up for the Constitution and the rule of law. And you're a dumbass right-wing media and anybody that believes that shit.
Nah, man, that's so true. Yeah, what a that's so true. So mine I actually saw this earlier this week. It is a video online if you want to go check it out as well. But there was a circus where there was a bear pushing a wheelbarrow, and he ended up walking away from the wheelbarrow after pushing it, whatever, and the guy, the ringleader, is kind of leading the bear along, and he got close enough to the bear to where it grabbed him, and the muzzle slipped off. So, my dumbass of the week is that guy. Because, one, animal cruelty is a dumbass thing, and I honestly do believe that that kind of entertainment is, in a way, cruel towards animals, especially that bear. Like, if you think about it, like, he's not in his own environment doing his thing that he needs to do to go and survive. He's pushing a wheelbarrow around.
Man, a bear is an apex predator. Do you know the kind of things you have to do to break its spirit to make it do something like that and not eat you for lunch?
It looked like my dog whipping its toy around. That's what I saw in the video. So if you want to watch it, go find it. But I mean, yeah, the dumbass is animal cruelty. So any of the animal cruelty people out there, you're all dumbasses because we need to be treating animals with respect. And I feel like that was kind of a good calling right there for me to shout out because it also is a really cool video to go check out. Definitely not cool, but like entertaining, I guess. Educational. Yeah. Teach yourself something. Don't mess with bears.
Chalk one up for natural selection.
Man, honestly, there you go. I feel like that's my take on that one. And that's a natural selection choice. So, I mean, yeah, go check it out. Anyways.
So, yeah, anyway, before I forget, please, if you have not already, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button, the thumbs up.
Yes, and please hit the bell if you want to see a notification whenever we go live. And also, hit us up on Twitter if you want to, interact. Have something maybe you want us to talk about on the show. Who knows?
Check out our website at hangingwithuncle.com.
Absolutely. Well, I'm Zane.
I'm Gene.
And this has been